What's going on, guys? John Alder here from Codemy.com, and in this video, we're going to start to build a clone of the website Twitter with Django and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to build a clone of the website Twitter with Django. But before we get started, if you like this video, want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com, where I have dozens of courses with thousands of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube50 to get 50% off membership. It's all my courses, videos, and books for one small fee, which is insanely cheap. All right, Django Wednesdays are back. We're bringing back Django Wednesdays. I know you guys have been asking about this for a long time. So from now on, Wednesdays are Django here on the channel. And in our first project, we're going to build a clone of the website Twitter. Now I'm calling it Musker for obvious reasons. And instead of making tweets, we're going to make meeps. I don't know. It's just my weird sense of humor, but that's what we're going to do. So this is what I've got so far. Now we're going to make this look really cool in the future, style it up and stuff. But right now I've just got the basic functionality. So this is what we've got here. We've got your main page. You've got a list of all the meeps from you and all the people that you follow. You can enter, another meep, right? We can submit your meep, boom, it shows up. You can go to your profile and see all of your specific meeps. You can see the people that you follow. You can see who follows you. So I can look at April's profile. Here's April's meeps. April also follows John and admin. Let's see, go to John. John follows Bob. Bob doesn't have any meeps. You could follow and unfollow people. There's a profile page that lists all the profiles, and you can click on each one, all the good stuff. So this is what we're going to start to build. And like I said, we're going to add functionality to this going forward. Just up until now, this is all I've created for it. So in this video, we're going to start to build out this project and get sort of the groundwork in before we start doing database stuff and adding profile stuff. So that's what we're going to look at in this video. So I'm using the Sublime text editor and the Git Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other videos in this Django Wednesday series. So check that out if you haven't so far. So let's head over to our terminal. And the first thing we need to do is just create a directory to hold this project. So I'm going to say mkdir. I want to put this in my C directory, and I'm just going to call this Musker. So then let's change directory cd into Musker. And we can see there's nothing in there now. So next we need to create a virtual environment. So I'm going to go Python -m venv, and let's just call this thing virt, short for virtual environment. And this will spin up a virtual environment, and we can see there it is. So now let's turn on our virtual environment. So source virt scripts activate. And we can see now it's been turned on because we've got this virt here. So our virtual environment is up and running and we're good to go. So next we need to pip install Django. And this will just install the latest version. You can see it's version 4.1.4. Really doesn't matter what version it is. If you're watching this in the future, if it's on a different version of Django, no big deal. You can always pip install Django I guess 4.1.4 if you want to install the exact one that I'm working on in this project, but it probably really doesn't matter. So, okay, we've got Django installed. Let's create a project. So let's go Django-admin, start project. And let's name this, I don't know, social, something like that. It's a social media site, whatever, call it anything you want really. So now we can see ls, we've got that social. Now we can cd into that social directory, and we can see we've got our manage.py file. Now inside of that project, we need an app, right? So let's create an app. Let's go Python manage.py, start app, and let's name this thing. What do we want to name it? I'm going to name it Musker. And if we ls, we can see there it is. So let's head over to our Sublime text editor. Now let's add all that stuff into our editor so we can work on this thing. Go up to File, Open Folder, and we want to just navigate down to that c/Musker directory. There we go. Click on this and select that folder. So you see, here we go. We've got all of our stuff here. So let's head over here very quickly and let's just go Python manage.py run server just to see if this is working. We can head back over to our web browser and head over to localhost :8000. And you should see this Django sort of basic template page here. And that will show you that, hey, you've installed Django and set everything up correctly. So great. Let's head back over to our Sublime text. And the first thing you always want to do is come down to your settings.py file and add your Musker app or whatever you named your app to your installed app. So let's just come in here and go Musker add a little comma there, save this, and we're good to go. And I like to usually get rid of these comments because they annoy me. So I'll do that. Okay, so now let's come to our urls.py and let's start to sort of rough out the actual app itself, sort of the regular homepage and things like that. So we can do that. So the first thing I always want to do here is add include and then create another urls.py file in our main app. You can see here's our Musker app. And inside of here, there's no urls.py file. There is one in our basic social project, but we want another one in our app. So we'll add that here and we could just go path and then it's just going to be blank. And we want to include musker.urls. And we don't have that yet, but we'll create it in just a second. In fact, let's create it right now. Let's head over here to our Musker app, right click and create a new file. And then file save as, and we're just going to say this is urls.py. And make sure this says Python there, urls.py, boom. And I'm going to come down here to our old urls.py file. I'm just going to kind of copy all of this stuff. And then come up here to our new urls.py file. So we can click on this. I'm just going to paste in this stuff from the other file. And let's get rid of all of this stuff. We want from Django.urls, we want to import path. And then from everything, we want to import views. We'll use our views here. And that should be fine there. And we can get rid of these. Okay, so now let's create an actual home page. So I'll start out by creating a path to that. And this is just going to be our home page. So it's going to be blank between the quotation marks there. And this is going to be views.home. And we're going to name this guy home, right? So whenever you're creating a page in Django, it's always a three-step process. You need a view, you need a URL, and you need a template file. So this is our URL. Now we can come back over to our view. So inside of our Musker app here, click on views.py, and we can create our first view here. And I'm just going to define home. We want to pass in a request. And for now, we just want to return render, pass in our request. We want to render the file home.html, which we haven't created yet. And eventually we'll pass in some things there. So, okay, let's go ahead and save this. So we've got our view. Now we need this home.html template file. So let's come over here to our Musker folder, right click and create a new folder. And down here at the bottom of the screen, type in templates. This will hold all of our template files. And again, it's not showing up here for some reason. So I'm going to come over here to project and click refresh and boom, there it is. So now we can click on this, right click new file, and let's go file save as, and I'm going to save this as home.html. And for now, let's just say hello world. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this, head back over to our web browser and click reload and boom, hopefully it shows hello world. All right, so we're good to go there. Okay, now we need to create a base.html file. So I'm going to come over here to templates, create a new file, file save as, and let's call this base.html. And the base.html file is a file that every HTML page will call on that has like template stuff in it, right? So this is pretty normal for all Django projects. And I should mention, if I'm going over some of this basic stuff a little bit fast, check the playlist. I've got tons of Django videos that really go over the basics in depth. And also check codemy.com. I've got like 10 or 15 Django courses there you can go through to show you the basics. But in this app, we're going to be using Bootstrap as the CSS framework. So let's head over here to getbootstrap.com and then click on docs and the getting started section here. We want this one here that includes all the good Bootstrap stuff. So I'm just going to copy this, head back over here to our base.html file and just paste all this in. And here, instead of hello world, let's create our block content tag and also our in block tag. And this is the section where all the other HTML from all the other pages of our site will get kind of swapped in and added right here. And for good measure, let's go div class equals container. Put this in a nice little div here. Pop this over. Okay. Go ahead and save that. Now to start using this, we can go back to our home.html file. And here at the top, we can just add a tag that extends our base. So let's just type extends, and this is going to be base.html. We're good there. And then just like the base page, we need to add a block content tag and then end our block content tag. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this and head back over to our website and hit reload. And now watch the text of this. If this works, it'll subtly change. So if we reload, oh, we got an error. I misspelled block, in block. There we go. All right, so save this, head back over here, hit reload. And you'll notice this has changed a little bit. It's bopped over a bit, and the text is skinnier than it was before. And that means Bootstrap has been installed. So, okay, let's next add a navbar. So let's come back over to Bootstrap, scroll down here to navbar. Click on this, scroll down, grab the first one here. I'm just going to copy this guy. And let's head back over to our templates. And let's right click and create a new file. And let's file save as. And I'm just going to call this navbar.html. And I'm just going to paste in all that stuff and save it. And then we can head back over to our base.html file. And wherever we want that navbar, right here in the right underneath the body tag, we can just include it. So let's use an include tag. And let's go include. And we want navbar.html. Let's also add a little line break to push that text down a little bit. All right, so head back over here and let's reload this guy. And boom, now we've got a navbar. This is great, but I like a dark navbar. So instead of this, let's head over to our navbar. And at the very top of this guy, you can see it says BG light. I'm going to change that to BG dark. And I'm also going to add a navbar-dark tag in there. So, all right, go ahead and save this. Head back over here. Hit reload. All right, now we're cooking. So let's get rid of some of these things. This drop down, we don't want that. So I'm going to look for the drop down. Here it is. I'm going to click on this LI tag, and you see this other one highlights down here. This is the closing LI tag. So I can just grab all of this and just delete it, save it, head back over here. Okay, so now that's gone. Now let's get rid of this disabled link also. I'm just going to look for disabled, click on the LI, the closing LI tag highlights. Boom, get rid of that, save it, test it out to make sure. All right, let's get rid of this home one too. We'll keep the link one, but let's get rid of the home one. And again, here it is. So I can click on the LI, the closing one highlights, so I know what to delete, save it, head back over here, reload. Okay, that looks good. Finally, let's change that word navbar to say something else. So I'm going to have it say musker, right? And while we're at it, let's get rid of this link and change it to an actual link. So let's go URL, and we want it to point to our home page. So, okay, that looks good. Go ahead and save this, head back over here, hit reload. Boom, that works. If we open in a new tab, yep, sure enough, it's going to the home page, and we're good to go. All right, so let's change this hello world while we're at it, because, you know, we're just kind of playing around at this point. Let's head back over to our home.html. And inside of here, instead of it saying hello world, let's say meeps, right? Or meep. Yeah, meeps, plural. Sure. Musker meeps. I don't know. So, okay, this video is getting a little bit long, and I think we've got our basic setup now. We've got, you know, a structure. We've got a scaffolding set up with actual pages. And now we just need to sort of add the magic to create meeps and create users and profiles and do all that stuff. We'll start to do that in the next video. It's going to go a lot quicker than you might think. This is really not all that hard. You think of a website like Twitter being fairly sophisticated, and it's really not. It's just basic CRUD operations: create, read, update, and delete. Those are the basic 4 database things that all websites use. CRUD, right? Create, read, update, and destroy. Think of it. You're creating a tweet. You're reading a tweet. I guess you can't really update a tweet, but you could very easily, as we'll see. And you're deleting a tweet if you want to do that. So I've got lots of videos on doing that already. It's a little bit different because we're going to be like associating profiles together, following and unfollowing, but really not that hard, and should be a lot of fun. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube50 to get 50% off membership. So that's access to all my courses, over 50 courses, thousands of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 150,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.